Anyone who's lost their mobile phone in their bag or down the back of a sofa will know how easy it is to hide stuff about the place. Well, today I'm off to a spy shop in central London that sells technology for that very purpose. Its shelves are full of hidden cameras, phone jammers and bugs hidden in household objects. My mission, which I did choose to accept, was to meet up with Julia Wing and investigate the contents of her basement. What kind of customers actually come into this shop? I mean, I would imagine Daniel Craig doesn't rock up in his Aston Martin and take stuff off the shelf. I mean, who are the people that actually buy these things?
Yeah, I mean, our majority of customers are just businessmen and women who have problems with staff, you know, money's going missing or their competition is stealing information, and they need to protect their investment.
What's the weirdest thing that you've ever been asked for?
Gosh, and I have been asked for a few odd things, but an elderly lady that came in once for a bulletproof vest, which was slightly odd, and as it happened, she wanted it because her garden backed onto a railway track, and as fast trains were coming past and she was doing her gardening, she was getting hit by shingle, so it was to protect her while she was gardening.
And we'll come back to Julia shortly. Now, though, it's time to look at some of the stuff on sale here. This is apparently the world's smallest voice recorder. Never mind the video camera we've seen, this is even smaller, and this will record up to about 160 hours of voice, and the battery will last for about 60. This looks like a cigarette lighter, but underneath is a video camera lens. Similarly, this looks like an ordinary key fob, something you might attach your car keys to, but underneath is another video camera lens. Similarly, here's a pen. It's a real pen, it really does write, but it's also a video camera. The lens is just above the clip there. With this one, once you've finished doing your secret recording, you just unscrew the bottom and it's a normal USB flash drive. That's where the video is stored. Then you've got the watch, which is really a watch, but also has a video camera built in with 2 GB of memory. And finally, if ever you're sitting across the desk from someone and you decide you need a tissue, by all means take it, but watch out that the tissue box isn't actually a hidden camera as well. Now, rather interestingly, on this USB keyring, there is some key logging software. The idea is you plug it into a computer and it automatically downloads the software onto the machine, at which point it's recording all the keystrokes that are typed into it. You come along later and you can retrieve them. I'm sure we've seen this sort of thing before. Now, recording voice and video is one thing, but you do have to go and pick up the device and take it away before you can watch what you've recorded. What if you want to listen in live? Well, that's been made a lot easier recently thanks to something that we all use when we're out and about, the mobile phone network. Now, this looks like an ordinary plug adapter, but it actually has a mobile phone SIM card inside and a microphone. If you dial the number of this SIM card, you'll be able to hear through your phone everything that's happening around the plug. This looks like a normal alarm clock. It behaves like a normal alarm clock, but it has a video camera in the speaker grill and a 3G SIM card inside. Make a video call to this SIM card and you'll be able to see everything that this can see. Keyloggers, bugs, hidden cameras, are these really legal to use? Back to Julia Wing.
Well, you know, it depends how these items are being used, but for instance, something like the keylogger you just pointed out, that was originally designed for parents to monitor their children. You know, when their teenage son's in a room for hours on end, they want to make sure he's communicating with people they're happy about and talking to, not in sort of chat rooms where he could get into trouble.
But it can also be used for a lot more, as we've seen on Click many times. You know, you can steal passwords and account numbers and any number of bits of personal information just by putting keylogging software on. I mean, surely that's a no-no. Surely you shouldn't be allowed to sell that.
Well, the problem is these things are all designed for to be used in very innocent ways, very innocent reasons, to protect you, to protect us, to know what's going on in your office when you're not there, to know maybe who's looking after your children and to make sure they're looking after them in the way you want them to. The problem in life is all these things can be taken away and misused, and no one has control of that, unfortunately.
But that is why you have gun licences, to take it to the extreme. So at least there's some element of an attempt to control.
Yes.
So shouldn't there be a licence for any of this? Shouldn't I need to prove that I really do need to use this?
No. I mean, for instance, if you were to use any of this equipment, cameras, listening devices, and you've stopped someone or you've caught someone or have video footage like we see on the television all the time of criminals being caught, surely that's a good thing. It's a good thing that you can find out. If you're an innocent person, you've got nothing to worry about with this equipment. It's only the people maybe that are up to no good that have a problem with this.
As far as you're concerned, when would it be okay and where would it be okay to use spying devices?
I would say the uses for video surveillance, for instance, to protect your home and your office and know what's going on, make sure...
So your premises?
Your premises. I think when it's used on someone else's premises, then that's where you've got that very sort of grey area.
Right, so there you go. Some things to think about if you either want to be a spy or you don't want to be spied upon. Right, time for me to go. I've got an important date with Q.